Well, hello everyone. This is James coming at you with another awesome video about how to make money online, especially with those affiliate links. Now, it is extremely important that you take massive action every day. Every day, every day, every day. You must take massive action. You know, you have the information, but it doesn't do any good if you don't apply it. You have to apply it, okay? If you want to achieve success. There's just nowhere around it. Okay, you have to work through that. You have to get those negative thoughts under control. Those negative thoughts. You have to control that self-talk, that negative self-talk. Get that under control. Remember that there is greatness within. You are designed to do great things. You can accomplish your goals. This can be done. It does take work, but it can be done. You know, you have to put forth the effort. You have to do it every day. And you have to believe. It's a mindset. Battlefield of the mind. All right. Now, today I'm going to give you some facts about myself. I'm going to let you know who I am. And so let's go ahead and get started. Now, okay, let's get started. Now, I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I lived in Houston for 50 years. Currently, I live in Corpus Cove, Texas. It's close to Fort Hood. That's an Army base, okay? Now, while I was in Houston, I attended John H. Reagan High School. It is now called Heights High School. Actually, in Houston, a lot of the schools went through a name change. And the school that I attended was one of those schools. So it went back to the original name of the school, which was Heights High School. It's located in the Heights area in Houston. While there, I got involved in ROTC, Army JROTC. I was a part of the Student Council, Christian Student Union, and the Yearbook Staff. Now, while I was at Reagan, things really began to kind of change for me. The way how I saw myself began to change. I began to see that people of different colors were pretty much the same. You know, we kind of responded to things the same way. And so I began to see a different, how people of different ethnicities, how they responded and how they reacted. And I simply realized, hey, you know, we're pretty much all the same. And so while I was when I graduated from high school, I was offered an ROTC scholarship to attend Prairie View A&M University. Now, there things began to change as well. While I was at Prairie View, I became a member of Persian Rifles, which happens to be a military fraternity. And that was a really good choice that I made there. I was also a member of Scavell and Blade. Scavell and Blade is the Military Honor Society. I was commissioned as an officer into the infantry or the Army. And I majored in history education. Now, at that time, my desire was to become a military person, to make it my career. I had planned to spend 20, maybe 25 years in the military, then retire as a colonel or a general. And then upon my retirement, I would go into education. That was my plan. However, due to a series of circumstances that were out of my control, a little flip took place. My plan B became my plan A, in that I started to teach. And then I did Army on the part-time, as a part-time member of the reserve. So I was in the reserves as a commissioned officer in Houston, Texas. I taught for 15 years in North Forest ISD, grades 6 through 12. Now, within that span, I taught everything within social studies. I taught all of those grades from 6 through 12 within the 20-year span. Now, North Forest is no longer in existence. It has now merged with Houston ISD, okay? Now, so I taught in North Forest for 15 years. I took a break for 5 years. Then I returned to teach for another 5 years. And there I taught grades 6 through 8. Throughout my entire life, I've been involved in youth ministry. That's something I have done actually all of my entire life. I've been involved in ministry in some type of way. Okay, now, while I was in Houston ISD, I became an Alpha, a member of Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. It was something I really wanted to do ever since I was in college, but the opportunity didn't really present itself. And so I became a member, I guess I was in my late 40s when I became a member of this fraternity. Now, this is when things really changed for me. My mindset really began to change, and it started to change because we were required to learn certain poems, certain things we had to learn about ourselves, and how we can achieve, the importance of achievement, and how Alpha men, how we conducted ourselves, especially out in public. And they kind of put in us how we are perceived by the public. And so I had to learn Test of a Man, If, Invictus, the House of Alpha, and the Man Who Thinks He Can. If you think you're beaten, you are. Test of a Man is the grit that he daily makes. If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you believe you're beaten, you are. So these are things that was just really putting me, and they became my identity. And so I began to really, I say, you know what, this is true. What they are telling me, what they are putting inside of me is really true. And so I really began to apply that, and I began to notice how things changed. Okay? If you think you're beaten, you are. If you believe that you can, you can. If you believe that you can't, you can't. And so all of this became my identity. All right. Now, facts about James. Okay. Now, here are some subjects that I've taught other than social studies. Okay. Now, I must remember I've been involved in education. I pretty much as a teacher all of my adult life. Okay. So I taught the citizenship course, U.S. citizenship course. I taught English as a second language, ESL course. I did driver's education. I taught teenagers and some adults how to drive. We would go out and we would start in the classroom. We would give them some instructions in the classroom. And then later on, we would go and get into the car. And then they would have to apply the lessons that they had learned in the class. So we would go out and start driving. And I told them, look, I can teach anybody how to drive. And that was so true. I said, you got to get these basic concepts under control. You get these basic concepts under control, you can drive. And so we would start out in the parking lot. And then I would see how they could, what skills they had in terms of how they could control the car in the parking lot. Then once I saw that they can control the car in the parking lot, we then start to park. And they had to park in between two lines. That was the goal. I don't care which two lines you pick, but you got to park this vehicle within two lines. And so once they got that concept under control, and then I began to select where they would park. At first, I would let them choose. And then secondly, then I would, after they mastered that, then I would choose where they would park. And so with that, they became a very skilled driver. And then we would go from the parking lot to driving on the roads. And then from the roads, we would, get on the freeway or expressway and start doing lane changes and things of that nature. But it all started with the basic foundation, the very, very, very beginning. And in teaching affiliate marketing, I've taken the same approach. I started with the very basic foundations, and then from there we can build, okay? So we start with the very basic foundations. Now, so I taught driver's education. I also taught the driver's safety course. This is the course, when you receive the citation, the judge would give you an option to take this course. And in the process of taking the 6-hour course, the ticket doesn't become a part of your permanent driving record. I taught that. I did that for a little while. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed both teaching the teenagers and the driver safety course. That was fun. I also became an instructor. I was a security guard for a short time period, for about 5 years. This is during the time that I was not teaching. And so I became an instructor for the course, where I would teach different people how to become security guard, especially a commissioned security guard, where they would carry a weapon. Okay, they could carry a pistol on their hip, and I went through that process with them. I taught them how to do that. I had to go through some training. The training was kind of rigorous. It took some time, but I'm glad that I did that training to teach that course. Then I got involved in Civil Air Patrol and started doing a whole lot of things with Civil Air Patrol. It was fun. I would teach kids different things about aerospace technology. Kind of taught them about the military, respect and customs and traditions and very basic military concepts. Civil Air Patrol is a part of the Air Force, okay? And so I really enjoyed that. Okay, great. So I've just given you some facts about James Stephens, who I am. I spent all of my adult life as being an educator. I mean, I know how to educate. I know, how to take a concept and how to help my students to understand the concept, and then how to apply it. This is the key. This is the key thing: is application of the concept. Okay. Now, the concept that I'll be teaching here is how to be an affiliate marketer. Okay. How to market online. That's the concept. And we're going to break that concept down into its different parts. And then you will begin to master those parts. And then once you have a good understanding of those different components or parts, you will then apply it. You will put it to use. Application every day, every day, every day application. Okay. Now remember, if there's a topic that you would like for me to cover, to send me a note, send me an email, get in contact with me in some kind of way so that I will know what subjects or what concepts you would like for me to cover in the upcoming videos. It's important that you do that. I also need you to like and share this page, to tell others about it, and also to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Now, I want to encourage you that there is greatness within. You are designed to do great things. Okay? You can do great things. It's there. Also, you must take massive action. You have to do this every day. Every day, every day, every day, take massive action. Take massive action. Okay? Every day. You have this is non-negotiable. You have to do this every day. Every day. All right? So, I'd like to end with this blessing. Until we meet again, may the Lord continue to bless you. May He smile upon you. May He grant you His favor and give you His peace. And may He also continue to enlarge your territory. Have a great day.